YouTube, welcome back to another ROMZ video, and today we got part 2 of Backchat London, man. And if you guys didn't see the part 1, man, part 1 was absolutely crazy, man. It was absolutely crazy, literally mad shit happened, man, in the day. So if you guys want to tune into part 1, make sure you go tune into part 1, man. But yeah, let's get straight into it, man. Before we do, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff as well. As I said, we're 200 subs, and yeah, let's get straight into part 2.
That's a, you know,
a modern concept.
I'm on a modern concept. Initially it was courting, and what courting allowed was it allowed us a limited amount of access towards you. So this didn't mean that I would, you know, we wouldn't be sleeping together. No, that's something that came later. So your brother, your uncle, your father would check over this guy, and I didn't need to have more than good promise and come from a good background like what she was trying to say earlier on. So then, men, we tend to see the bullshit in other men. We're quite good at it, okay? So when you talk about my men,
irony.
my ex-men, yeah, because we're men. So when you talk about my ex cheated, I bet you if I look at pictures of your ex, I'll look at all of these guys and say, he would have cheated. Just because I could tell, right? Now, I'm not saying that all men having a brother and a father then meets that we're 100% gonna pick the right choices, but what it tends to do is weed out the men that are going to trying to treat you bad. Because you know them, when you used to move to thing and she got brothers and that and family, you wouldn't really. But the ones with no brothers, you were straight in there doing whatever. All you got to do is sweeten up the mumsy now. You see mumsies. Listen, it's not like father, you know. When you got to sweeten up the mumsy, just go around and be a little bit nice. She likes you.
Not everyone sees my mum, though.
No, but I'm saying, a lot of the times, I'll just say when it comes to brothers, if you use your brothers as your father and the men around you in your life,
they're ready for you.
Yeah, they just tend to be a little bit better at picking choices versus you.
My brothers were quite involved to some extent, you know. I want to link to what China was saying first before you interrupt, yeah? Because I have 3 brothers. I don't have no sisters. Yeah. So already, you know, my brothers are asking me questions. What are they like? What's their job? Are they Christian? Do you know what I mean? All of them questions. And for me, my brother did see certain red flags. And yes, I did overlook some of them thinking that they're going to change. A girl can never change. I'm sorry. Don't try.
Yeah, that's the context needed. So that's on you then. Like, if you overlook red flags, it's going to bite you in the arse at the end of the day. So she's saying that, oh, well, you know, it's kind of not my fault. I don't know if she said that. Actually, I'm lying, actually. But if she's like kind of having a victim mentality, like men are cheaters, but you've overlooked the red flags, you should, at that point, you should have known that, yo, this person's not right for me. You get the picture. So at that point, if you overlook the red flags, then you get what's coming to you. Obviously, no one deserves to get cheated on. You know what I'm saying? No one deserves to get cheated on. But in this instance, then the inevitable is going to happen. Where if you overlook the red flags, then it is what it is.
Change a guy, he will change if he wants to change. Girls,
what's the red flag? If you don't mind me asking. What was the red flag?
In
the guy.
Oh, we getting deep. Just going out too much, drinking a lot, smoking a lot, There's a lot, and there's a lot.
If he's smoking, he's
no, but do you know? Not saying that.
Well.
No, not saying if you're smoking and drinking, but obviously if you're around, there's a certain crowd. You are who your friends are.
So is he a party boy?
Sorry?
Is he a party guy? Like
yeah, like you know, pretty boy.
Well, most party guys cheat.
Yeah, but that's what
he's
people
around
say.
girls a lot. He's around girls a lot.
So by default, you're a cheater too then? I don't make the rules. All these things that Abigail's saying and Gabriel just doubled down on it that, yeah, that's me. 1 + 1 = 2. You're a cheater. You're a cheater too. You're a cheater too, you know? Because if the shoe fits, you better lace that bitch up and wear it.
I'm Nigerian. We was going to parties even when we didn't know what a party was. Our parents took us. It was how we mingled, how we socialized. There would always be drink, there would always be food. So when you fast forward, a large part of what we do to socialize is to party. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going there for chicks. It doesn't always necessarily mean that you're going there to go and cheat. It's how we socialize. Just because someone goes to parties and they smoke or they drink doesn't automatically mean that that's a red flag for that particular guy. But, respectfully, based on your own trauma, I hear you.
So what you're gonna say?
But does that mean I'm the problem because they changed, or?
I haven't had much opportunity to speak, but I just want to ask all the girls on the panel this. The question is, you've been with 3 people consecutively. You've all been, like, you'd agree that bad decision. Would you all agree that if you sleep with 3 people, that makes it that you have bad decision making when it comes to getting with guys? Would you agree with that?
People that cheat though, you just said sleeping 3 guys, but you mean the guys that cheat.
No, it's basically saying, but
can I just say, actually, you know what? Something just occurred to me. What I don't like in this discourse here is that, like, there's just so much onus on the girl. You need to know he's doing this. You need to know he's doing that. Listen, I'm not a mind reader. How am I supposed to know you're gonna cheat on me a year into it?
Yeah, I agree. Like, it should be mostly on the guy at the end of the day. And I do agree that the onus is not really on the girl. But that's why I keep saying it, and I said in part 1, the context is needed on this, man. There's no context in this shit. There's just, oh, well, he's been in 3 consecutive relationships and they all cheated. That's it, done. But what's the context? Did she overlook the red flags or if she didn't? If she didn't overlook the red flags, it's more on the guy. But if she did, it's more on the girl. So that kind of determines everything. So for me, I don't think the question is... I think the question was a bit poor. The question was okay. Actually, the question was okay, but it should have been evaluated a bit more, where it should have been a lot more, a lot more context needed. That's what I need. Context is everything.
I'm not gonna know one day we had an argument, and I wasn't making you feel like this shit, so you went to Becky. I'm not gonna know that. I'm just not gonna know that. So at what point is anyone gonna speak on how like men need to take more responsibility?
Yeah, we can. Let's get
for the lack of discipline. Like you're talking about like.
I was gonna get. Did I not say that earlier on when he was saying?
Right.
Wait.
Hold on. The 3 guys here and the 1 girl, no different from Abigail's situation, yeah? You can't stop deception. Yeah. I'm sorry. We're designed to deceive. How you look right now today is not how
But
you
there's a
look when
thing,
you are at home.
but bro, there's a thing called risk management. Hold on. There's a thing called risk management though. Risk management.
You can't stop deception.
Yeah, obviously, but what I'm saying, you can put yourself in a position where the probability or the likelihood of something bad happening is less than other chances or other times, innit?
The
Like,
pastor could be doing it, and the pastor's the holiest person in the church.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you listen, if you choose,
Just on the bro, the pastors be flipping demons, bro. Yo, some pastors be demons, you know. Swear down, bro. They be having affairs with the flipping nuns, bro. It's wild. It's wild, bro.
a guy that's a party guy, a guy that drinks, smokes, he's around girls.
Not all of them.
Blah, blah, blah. He's living that kind of
Not
lifestyle.
all of them.
I'm not saying every single time, but the probability is higher that something bad's gonna happen.
So should
If he's
I
just
take
at home-
responsibility
listen,
for that,
listen.
or the man that's moving?
No, but it's your responsibility who you choose to partner up with.
It sounds like judgment though. It doesn't sound like
It's not judgment. It's just no.
Because he did this, he's gonna cheat on me.
It sounds like judgment. Well, listen, we all judge. Everyone gets judged. Everyone gets judged every day. So at the end of the day, it's your duty to yourself. Listen, it's your duty to yourself to put yourself in the best possible position with the best choice.
But you still not answer my
At the end of the day, as women, you get to choose men. Men just cast their net out there. The bad boys, the good guys, the homebodies, the party boys. We cast our net. We move to all different types of girls. It's up to you for your own duty to yourself to pick the best option for yourself.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like when you're starting something, you have to go through certain things to understand what you like, what you don't like. You're gonna go in there, you're not gonna know if the person's a cheat or not.
Yeah, but that's if you're going without guidance.
No.
If you're going out there without guidance.
Open your ears and listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying you have to go through certain trials.
Yeah.
It's like when you go for job interviews. You might get the job, you don't like it. How would you gonna know you don't like the job?
But that's why.
Well, let me.
Okay.
Get me? So what I'm saying is you have to go through trial and error. Because at the end of the day, if you don't, it's like my mum used to say to me, like when I went through my first heartbreak, I was like, I'm never dating again.
Damn, how many heartbreaks you had? The way you said it when I went for my first one.
Yeah, anyway.
She's another one.
No, don't do that. You don't know me.
Yeah, play Marvin's Room Drake literally in the car, man. Yeah, it's peak.
That's why. Don't tell these men that man are cheating on you. They will use it to just
Hey, sabotage. Keep quiet.
Yeah, my mum said to me, Jordan, look, at the end of the day, you're still young. You need to understand what kind of man you like. If I didn't date and I wasn't dating after that, I would not know the kind of guy that I'd want to be with. So of course, you're gonna go through trial and error. It happens.
But you know what happens with that though? You rack up mileage.
No.
You rack up mileage.
No,
That's what happens.
You're not listening to what I said. I'm not saying I'm gonna date every guy that I meet. Like, yeah.
Obviously not.
Princess Chat's out of his bum. Yeah. He don't want me to land my point. Because what I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted, Princess, is that you can date, but it doesn't mean you need to be spreading your box. I think that's what he likes to say. Spreading your box, passing your box. Yeah, no, we don't do that here. You just need to understand who you're dealing with, how you're dealing with.
Yeah, but it's not just one or two. It's usually a few. It's multiple experiences.
It was like how many years ago? Of course, you're going to have to go through life.
So how many times have you made that mistake then?
Quite a few times.
Quite a few times. So you racked up
never
mileage.
catch me.
So you racked up mileage.
You can never catch me.
Hey, listen, we all make mistakes, innit? But do you know what? Do you know what the thing is? Do you know what the difference between men and women is? Men have to take accountability. Women don't really take accountability like that.
Hey, John. God bless your mom.
If you had 3 girls that cheated on you.
Who's racking
You're the waste
mileage?
man. That's the thing. We're the waste girl.
And
I'm never the waste girl. Sorry, I'm never the waste girl.
Yeah, but listen. Everyone will blame the guy. If I was to come out and cry and say, "Oh, I've been cheating on by 3 girls," everyone's gonna say, "All right, that's on you." Even my own friends would say that to me. But with girls, everyone's like, "Oh, it's the guy's fault. Guys are cheaters. It's not your fault." I said that.
No, that's true. To be fair, I can't even lie. That's actually true. But it doesn't say, it goes back to context. Why did it get cheated on? But then again, with like, let's be honest, man. Like, yeah, you see like sob stories of women and stuff like that. These girls, they get all the love, but when it comes to the guys, no one cares, bro. Like, that's just the reality. It's like I accept it. Like, I'm not arsed, but like, I accept it. You know what I mean?
It's you lot that picked them guys. You lot was arguing that point. It's you who picked.
I wasn't arguing the point.
But shall I tell you what, though? You have to go through an argument to see what they will do, though. Because not everyone's the same when you're arguing, though. But wait. No. I was speaking. Sorry. I said yeah, but the thing is, when you're arguing, you're not going to know what they're going to do. So to have your argument, you can see, are they going to go do this, or are they actually going to stay loyal?
I agree.
some guys change.
Well, what I'm trying to say,
That's
yeah,
what
and I feel like a lot of guys will disagree with this, innit? Because I feel like everyone's got different opinion on cheating. Now, the way I personally see it, yeah, I feel like women don't know how to commit. And I feel like the word commit, yeah, has a lot of, has a very, very...
Dummy, bro, I don't know what type of girls you're going for, but I can commit.
Dummy, from what I've heard, it seems like the one that can't commit is you.
Because I'm a...
Is it the type of women that you're going for that don't have
Yeah, because
I need to let him land, man, because I don't know why. I don't understand what he means by commit. Like,
let me finish, yeah.
Yeah, let
Because
me speak.
I look at things traditionally, yeah, from the from the ways it's been laid out to be, yeah. Commitment is a very strong word, yeah. And a lot of ladies nowadays, they were like, "Oh, he cheated, I'm leaving. I'm leaving," bruh. A man, by nature, yeah, especially with social media, you go out, you see big asses, you see big bums,
You don't talk now.
Yeah. So of course, by nature,
I do agree, like with men, that we are designed to like spread our seed. Like I truly believe that, because like we can, like, if a guy busts a nut, they can basically impregnate as many women as they can. As compared to women, they can only be pregnant for like 9 months. You get the picture. So I do agree that men are designed, as human beings, is designed to spread our seed. But that doesn't mean that if you find the right woman for you, and and she's the respectful woman and she ticks most of the boxes, that you can have the discipline in order to make sure that you don't do that. So that's my point, is that I do agree with him that men are designed to be spreading their seed, but also you do have to have the discipline. It's very difficult, but you do need to have the discipline in order to make sure that doesn't happen. That's my point.
By nature, you're gonna want to, like, you're like a kid in a candy store for every guy, isn't it? Not every guy is self-controlling. I'm gonna get to that. So now what I'm saying is, yeah, if I'm in a relationship with you, yeah, and I love you, yeah, if I love you, I will make sure you never find out that I'm cheating.
Sorry?
If I'm in a relationship with you...
He's serious as well. No, wait, he's serious.
I don't agree with that, though. In other words, I'd rather me tell my girl that if I love you that much, I'd rather tell my girl that, yo, I might be pursuing other women. So you'd be loving the person by lying. That makes it even worse, man. Especially because girls don't like lying. Like, you can see the biggest icks, like, oh, I don't like a guy that lies, which is fair. So would it not do the opposite, where you'd rather tell them the truth? And listen, most women will not handle it, and they won't be the right woman for you. If you want to stick your own ways and want to bust nuts everywhere, man, that's A, stay single, or B, be honest with the woman and accept that you might gonna lose a lot of women. So my point is that you'd rather actually tell the truth than lie to her saying that, oh, I'll be faithful. That doesn't make sense.
If I'm in a relationship with you... Let me finish.
I call it, it's cooking beans and toast in the room, but let's see what happens.
If I'm with you, yeah? Wait, let him cook. If I'm with you...
Well, he's talking to me.
And I love you, I'm in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
And I know that, yep, I definitely want to settle down with you. I would ensure that you never find out I'm cheating.
So you don't love me then?
You know what I mean?
Then you don't love me then?
No.
Then you don't love me
I can
then?
love you.
No, you cannot.
No, you
cannot.
Let me land.
No, because he's about to say you can love
you.
I can
love you, but not have self-discipline.
No, that's some bullshit.
I don't have to love you.
That's some bullshit.
When you love someone, why are you gonna hurt the girl though? You're cheating. How to? You love the girl. No, wait, you love the girl.
But I do agree with the girl's point of view, because You're putting your priorities over the girls' priorities, which it's not going to end well. But for me personally, I just perceive it as it shouldn't be the way you should be cheating anyway. It shouldn't be that way. But if you're going to do it, just be honest up front. Don't this is the thing, because guys just think that, oh, if you lie to them, yeah, you're cheating, you can figure out, oh, she should stay. Be honest with them up front. Like, tell them that, listen, at the end of the day, I love you this much, but I'm not ready for like the discipline in order to make sure I can be faithful one woman. So she could either A, just leave, or B, she might stick with it. And she sticks with it, then it's not cheating. In my opinion, it's not cheating because you've already settled it down. So there's different ways of doing it. For most girls, it'll be cheating, but for some girls, it might not. For some girls, it might not. So.
Oh, would you not feel bad for cheating on a girl, no?
Okay.
If you got
why he's making sure
Yeah,
she
of
don't
course.
find out.
He don't feel bad fucking on the next
Let me
girl,
finish
like, you
now.
got a
You're
girl.
asking me. I can't even answer the question you're asking me. Yeah. What I'm saying is, yeah, see, as a woman, women have a different thinking process to men.
How
yeah?
do you know you're a woman?
You see us. You see.
No, they do though. They do. We do. We're not the same. Like, men and women are literally not the same. We have different thinking processes. There's benefits that we have over the women, but there's also benefits women have over men. So
you women think differently. You women think differently, yeah. So now I can be in a relationship with you and I can love you and I can settle down with you.
Yeah.
However, if I have a lack of self-discipline, yeah, doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means I've got a personal lack of self-discipline that I need to work on. So now, what I'm saying to you is, yeah, if I love you, if I love you and I really want to be with you, then it basically means that I'm going to take you serious. However, I'm going to do my best to hide all my cheating habits away from you. So I'm not gonna.
What am I hearing?
That's the reality, though.
No, it's not. It's your reality.
It's but you've had 3 ex-boyfriends and cheated though.
No.
4.
You're talking for yourself.
We've had 4.
Hello, sorry. Can we direct the question to Josh, please? Carl, I feel like we're all talking here, and Josh said one thing. And I feel like I want to pick at his brain.
Ask a question though. Ask a question.
If your woman is cheating on you, or like, wait, ladies. So if your woman or your friend's woman is cheating, or your friend there's woman is cheating on her man, but she loves him so much and she won't tell him.
But the problem is with what she's saying is that it's not the same with the women's aspect, because I mean, I don't know because I'm not a woman in it, but in terms of that, like, I don't think women are there to like. They're more. I think the biology hardwired to settle with one person than doing what the guys do, because we think differently. Guys, we are designed to spread our seed. Women are not designed to spread their seed. Like they can't anyway. That's the thing. They can't. Like you see, like Bonnie Blue, or like Lily Phillips, all that stuff. They're anomalies, bro. Like they're just sold their soul. But in reality, women are not designed to spread their seed. It doesn't work like that. So that analogy, what she's saying, that if a woman does the same thing the man does, it's false, because women don't do that shit. I'm not saying it's except for what the man's doing to spread the seed and making it cheating, but you can't apply that same logic to women, because we're not the same. We're not the same human. We're not the same creatures. Like, you know what I'm saying. So that's just what I think is my personal point of view.
Oh, not this again.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Because I'll tell you why. Because the same way that you guys are so attracted by big nyash, you can't control it. It's the same way that women like to be treated.
Like
the same way that you could marry a nice man,
because
but then a guy with a Lambo pops up.
Can you fuck a guy without having any emotional connection with the guy?
Damn, uncle, listen, I believe in equality. The girl them can give up the nyash without emotions. Duh. Why do you think so many guys get played?
Well, that's my own business.
We ain't equal, man.
You're being disingenuous. You're being disingenuous.
Newsflash, boys. Girls.
Okay, cool. You've answered. Yeah? What about you? She said you can't.
No, please, can we go back to you guys' part about why...
Can you fuck a guy without having any emotional... Can you?
But you're that point where you're saying that, guys can do it without emotional thing. I don't really agree with that, because you still have to be at least emotionally invested into actually fucking, like, having sex. Because I believe that sex is energy transfer. So even if you're doing it not emotionally, you're still transferring energy into the woman. I truly believe in that shit. So even if that shit, like, you don't really care, you want to bid her off it, there's still some little emotional connection. Like, I don't believe that men can fuck without emotional. Like, obviously, there's level. I think women do it more emotional in sex than men. I agree with that, but there's still some emotion in terms of sex, in terms of the men's point of view. That's what I truly believe.
Just be honest.
Don't shout at me, please.
I'm not shouting at you. I'm just trying to
This is how I feel.
Yes or no?
Hello.
Yes or no? It's very simple.
No, but I don't like to be shouted at, so I'm gonna say I don't like to be shouted at.
Abigail, yes or no? Don't try and run away from the question.
Fucking hell, bro.
Yes or no?
Yes or no? Yes or no?
I have, but I wouldn't now. No.
Okay, cool. So basically, no. So yeah.
Can we go back to your point, please?
No. You proved my points. You proved my points.
All right, let me get back to the point of
case closed.
some sexual discipline, yeah?
No. Bottom line. Accountability is a very strong word.
That's what we're trying to get to.
Accountability is a very strong word. So as females, you have to know, you have to have a filter system.
Why? We got to have this and this and this and this.
I've got a little sister, yeah?
Why don't you...
And
Go on, bro.
I would love to be the most protective figure in her life, but I'll be real, I'm too busy to do that as well. So she has to learn somewhat the hard way herself in some of her trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
Now she has to have a filter system so that when she does come to me, like bro was saying, when she comes to Big Brother, at least I'm not looking at her like she's just a full-on idiot. She needs to come with a small brains and small.
But you know you can't do what you don't know. You said she has to have a filter system. How the hell is she gonna develop
Because
that?
she got a brother.
Trials and tribulations. So you man believe that's the wait? Hold on. You man believe that's the only way to learn a lesson? You know you can learn from viewing someone else's. Like, I see Jordan get cheated on by a man. She's told me the red flags her man done. I'm gauging it, so I'm gonna know for my next man.
Not necessarily.
But that's not my trials and tribulations. I watched you go through that pain. That was my teacher.
Listen to what I'm saying. It's not just the physical, as in you go through something and you learn. You might,
so he's
me
saying
and you could go. I could go through something and you've seen it and you're like, rah, I don't want to go through that. That's weird.
Exactly. That's what I was basically gonna say.
Usually people also get cheated on for a reason. So we're assuming that the girl is the victim. This time she could have been an utter bitch, and every single man that she ended up with wanted to run away. But instead of running away for whatever
Does it make it okay?
They go and find something else. I mean, the 3 men got caught, which means like they didn't love her enough to hide it so well, according to Uncle. So you have to understand, that when you go into a relationship, I beg,
The Nova wants to be on this side.
No, I
wants to
haven't
be on this
landed.
side.
You who are pissed off when somebody cuts you off. I beg you, let me finish. So what I'm trying to say is that every single time you go through that situation, there needs to be a moment of self-reflection. So you also understand what you can do for yourself so you end up there. 3 times is not a mistake.
Do you know that being introspective internally is a skill? Do you think every woman has that skill too?
But then it's your job to
It
do
was like the one or twice, because I do believe in like second chances. 1 or 2 times, like that's fine, but 3 times is great. And for her as well, 4 times she's been cheated on, bro. I think that's a you problem. I genuinely think that's a you problem. If my girl cheated on me 4 times, bro, are they gonna look at the girl? They're gonna look at me. They're gonna look at me. So I don't get why is it not the same with the woman.
That's your job. It's your job.
You're an adult. What do you
about
mean?
being an adult.
It is about being an adult. It is. You're grown. Like, come on, man. That means you're an adult. What it means is, as an adult, you should be able to make decisions for yourself. You should be able to learn from your mistakes.
Some people don't want to take them a while.
And then they rack up mileage and then they complain. There you go. And then no one should be sorry for you.
Okay,
There you
cool.
go.
Do you want to talk about accountability or not, on men and women? Should we do that? Should we do that?
Mileage, innit?
Should we do that? Should we talk about? Okay, cool. We are all responsible for the people that we choose to lay down with, okay? The people that we choose to allow to enter our body, our personal space, our homes, whatever, okay? You're responsible
No one
for...
enters me, though,
You... I'm not talking about... No Diddy. Let me say no Diddy. Yeah, no Diddy. Okay, no Diddy, yeah? All right, cool. We're all responsible for the people that we choose to lay down with. No Diddy, okay, all right, cool. So if you pick up... This is what it comes down to your baby father, right?
This guy and his baby
No,
father
it's not,
talk.
because down to your baby mother too, your baby father, your baby mother, whoever you pick, okay? Don't, when man them say, let me start when a man them, she trapped me. I'll be like, bro, what did she do? Explain to me. No, explain to me what she did to trap you. But you know, but man, I said, no, bro, like, what did she do? What made you bust? No, bro, you bust. You know the process of sex, right? Cool. So she didn't do anything. Yeah, you chose to, you can have protection. There's over 33 forms of birth control, right? Obviously, women can control that, but men, we can use a condom, right? Cool. So if you have a baby, that's due to your lack of sexual discipline, okay? You gave that woman your seed. The only power we have is prior to that. After that, the power goes to the woman. As you know, my body, my choice, okay? Cool. So we don't control that. So if you bring a child to term, for some guy, then you meet me later on, and then you start talking about, oh, he's just my baby daddy or whatever. Hold on a second. You have to be responsible for the guy that you pick to choose. So let's talk about commitment. Now, we'll talk about marriage. Not everyone believes about marriage, but let's talk about the original way it used to go, then we'll talk about how it is now. Okay, so initially, you know, I had interest with you, get engaged to you, married to you, we have kids, and then from that moment, cool. That's commitment. That is real commitment. When someone says, goes and buys a ring, you know, for how much money, puts on a wedding, makes a public declaration, that's full-on commitment. Full-on commitment. He wants you.
Motherfuckers cheat with a ring on the finger too, man. What are you talking about?
If I sleep with you and you have a baby, that does not mean that I want you. It just means I wanted to sleep with you and now there's a baby that's come out of it. Now, if you bring that baby to term now, yeah, the responsibility is going to fall on you throughout the course of your life. And then you're going to talk about, oh, deadbeat or this or whatever. That's cool. True, yeah. But then I'm going to be like, ooh, you allowed a deadbeat to lay down with you. Then I'm going to look at
you. She know he's a deadbeat when she lay down with him.
No, but hold on a second. He didn't.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, it gets to a point, man. Like, I get the point that, you know, guys do sell dreams and they kind of manipulate girls. But it does get to a point where girls need to take accountability too, man. Like, and I preach this on my channel. I think guys need to take more accountability than girls in terms of relationships, in my opinion. I think guys are more the problem than girls. Because I believe in the hierarchy. It's God, the man, and the woman. So if the man's fucking up, the woman's going to fuck up. That's just how it is. But that doesn't mean that the girl can't take accountability at the same time. They need to take accountability on that aspect because women decide if they have sex with you or not. But I mean, if it's not consensual, then it's rape. It's grape, whatever. It's grape. But I don't know if these are on YouTube terms. I don't know if I should be saying this, but it's grape at the end of the day. So you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? You can't be doing that shit. So
wait. Hold on. He didn't claim you. You allowed the man to lay down with you. Hold on a second. You do realise that childbirth, you can die in childbirth. You do realise that, yeah? Okay, so you're allowing a man that hasn't claimed you to put you through something that potentially could kill you. Do you know how crazy that is?
But like, so sometimes when you're going for a woman, you give the impression that you have claimed her.
Of course.
And that's the deception in itself.
No, bro, because the only thing that you can't twang a ring in a wedding. Bro,
I can be twanged.
You can't.
Talk to me enough. It's like, I tell you enough stories about me.
Yeah, that's true. But that's what I do agree, like, men can flipping deceive women as well. Like, you got to take that into account.
You learn how to maneuver exactly.
Yeah.
To assert yourself to me, that's deception.
Gabriel, no, but can you decept? You are not going to decept a wedding. You will not. It's going to cost you too much. You know you won't.
Yeah, personally,
you won't. It's too much cost. The beat's not worth it.
I'm going to go with it completely.
He doesn't even have to.
Like, we might as well marry and just, whatever, and then I'm going to have a secret life.
Nah, I can't lie. If your guy proposes to a girl, that means he's not bullshitting, bro. Like, I do agree with the guy on the left who was saying that, like, if you're actually getting proposed, like, he's actually serious, man. There's no way you can fake. No way you can fake that shit.
Okay, so so you started on deception. You're going to continue through the deception.
You would marry.
No, you wouldn't marry for deception.
No, that's the bro. You get married, nah, bro.
What I'm saying is, once you've started in deception, to now turn around and say 10 years later, I don't want to be deceived no more. Like, bro, you've already started, bro.
Yeah,
But you know the concept of deception is you don't know you're being deceived. That's the whole concept of deception. You don't know you're being deceived.
You're deceiving yourself, bro.
No, but you wouldn't marry for that, though.
When you get married, that's when you start clocking.
Wait.
Hell no. You're saying when you get married, you'll realise.
I think the conversation's gone left.
No, bro.
Yeah, it's gone left.
Nah, bro.
What's the question?
So basically, all I was trying to say, I'm trying to bring it back to this, right? A man hasn't claimed you. Okay, so I got 3 sisters. I don't want to talk about my personally, but the reason I speak about it, because as a brother, so I'm saying to you, and with 3 sisters, they're all married with child. Now, it's not by accident that, and my brother's married as well, I'm the only one that isn't. So by God's grace.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you, that's what I want. It's not accident that 4 out of the 5 siblings are married, and me, personally, I wouldn't create a child out of wedlock just due to what I've been taught, right? Cool, so if I haven't claimed her, then I'm not gonna create that. So I'm saying, all of their, my sister's part, like, my brother-in-law, I met them, they came to her, they had to do that thing, the African thing, the not do you check over, and it's different. Now, I'm not saying that men don't step out respectfully, and what he was talking about is you don't embarrass her, you don't have any girls pull up, you don't have any kids outside, you don't bring any diseases. So technically, you're not cheating because, but wait, hold on. But a lot of a lot of marriages throughout history have been like this.
But that is the ultimate deception.
But it's not.
That was the point that you went to me, and that's when you asked me. If you asked me upon a time, yes, I'm going in with deception, and I'm marrying in deception. Yeah. Because we all trying everyone. Yeah. But when you start understanding what it is for yourself personally, you start asking yourself, do I really want to spend the rest of my life pretending to be something that I'm not? Not all the time do we actually sit down as men and say, and this is the accountability that we're talking about. Right. You know this is long, innit? How many times am I going to come home and pretend like I like what's going on here? No. It's jarring. Your marriage becomes a nightmare.
I don't think we have to lie to ourselves, but I don't think we should say that. Like no relationship is worth like.
You could be
like
basic,
yeah, like
you could be
bro.
a basic teacher. You make out like you're the head of the head of you have the head of the head of. We lie to ourselves. We make ourselves feel more relevant than what we are.
So do you genuinely believe there's no one that you love?
Yes, I'm all the YouTube.
Yeah, can I ask you a question? 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 Do you genuinely believe there's no women on this earth that you genuinely would be monogamous for and you will have kids for and love? Like just be with.
Yeah, there is. But it's gonna be in the way that I need it to be. So I need to be real to myself before I can even see whether you're real or not. Because I'm lying to myself.
No, you gotta be ready first. Yeah, you gotta be ready first. Yeah.
But what are you lying to yourself about? What are you lying to yourself about? No, just in general. You said like in this scenario, what's the lie? Whether you could be committed.
You say, Gabs, let's go out. I'll be like, rah, where we going? Be like, oh, okay, oh yeah, I want to go to Central. Upon a time for the tuntun, yo, I can go Central Pay, anywhere you like. But after a while, when you sit and you think about it, you think to yourself, but that's not really my style. I don't mind going Central, but the truth is, I like wing what?
I like Nando's.
I don't really know how we got here, but me too. You get it?
I do not make you think or deceive you. I don't want to make it like this is where I go. So
some guys do that though.
You can go there, but I'm going here. Do you want to come with me here? Now, if you don't want to come with me here, that tells me automatically you're not caring about me being with you in the place. You just came back going to the place.
No, guys,
Wherever I go,
I hear it.
Chip shop, you're gonna want to be with me in that chicken and chip shop.
But I hear that.
So when you're picking your deception, you start realizing, raw. You know, I don't need to sing to any tune to get a girl in it. If you don't want what I have to offer, then leave it. Because what it is you're going to force me to do things that's not naturally me. Then when I get you and I've got you completed, then what's going to happen is I'm going to now start trying to take you to Wingward. But I started off in Mayfair.
Yeah.
Now you're going to ask me, oh, what happened to the guy that was in Mayfair?
The biggest red flag
was never
me. Listen, with what you just said, that's another perfect example and sign of a man that is likely to be moving a little bit funny, because the first thing he did is show you his mask to be Mayfair. But then when the mask goes, he's taking you to someplace else. It's like, if you can afford only walk to walk, don't be trying to do Mayfair, because essentially that is a manipulation of your mind, because he wants to impress you, to get you to a position that he wants you to be in. And then after, he forgets. So these are little things that you can look at for your due diligence. If anything, the best way for you to find out what a guy is really on, take him to ask to go to the most simplest and most basic of places, because he has nowhere to hide. Yeah. You can only see what
but going back to the scenario, because we're just going to finish up. Going back to the scenario, obviously the question that was posed was whether the fact that she's had 3 men that dated on her, this woman in question, is she cheated? Is she, you know?
She's the problem.
Yeah, is the responsibility on her, the onus on her that they cheated on her because she's the common denominator, or she just a thought? That's what the question was.
She's moist.
I personally think, I don't even disagree with what we were really saying. I do think the onus a little bit is on the woman to do her due diligence initially, but she's not a mind reader nor a winch. She can only do so much in knowing that, okay, his family, his morals, yada, yada, yada. Is he going to cheat or not? But at the end of the day, nobody's a mind reader, you're not going to know.
Yeah, because guys pretend for time. You know, guys can pretend for time. Like,
from all of you though. Go on. I feel like it's been a panel that's been quite split apart, but I would like a straightforward answer from all of you. Like, do you believe that if you've got a track record of making bad decisions, it's actually your owners?
I don't think so, no.
Do you agree with that?
I don't agree.
Of course she always think that. She's been in 4 relationships where she got cheated on, bro. Of course she ain't taking accountability for that, man. Like, I don't know, but this is the thing. You got to take account. 4 relationships is crazy, man. 4 and all of them being cheated. You got to.
Do you agree with that?
If the onus is on a woman completely? Hell no, of course I don't. Of course I don't.
No,
listen, I'm here to bring men's feet to the water.
50-50.
Yeah.
50-50.
Listen, yeah, I'll take ownership. I got burnt one time. real bad, no, it's never gonna happen again.
Like I
Now
can take my own part, my own suffering.
So you took accountability and you learned from your mistake.
Of course, why do you think I took?
That's an adult. That's what an adult does.
But you're not saying it like that.
But she said it.
I personally think, yeah, that it's not the women's fault. It can be, but it may not be. But it just depends, because the man could be insecure in himself, why he is going out and cheating. But so it's not always the woman's fault.
So have you got ex-partners?
Yeah.
How many?
No, we have to.
How would you look in the mirror if you realized that you've had 3 exes and they all cheated on you?
I'm still a bad bitch.
No, but at the end of the day, no. But
Men take accountability. Women don't need to take accountability too tough, because that's how women are generally. They're gonna find ways to do certain things in certain kind of ways. We have to be stand firm as man.
Wait, hold on. Wait, how many secrets have you not still kept that hasn't come out?
All men cheat.
Oh, so you just ruined it with that shit, man. I'm all about accountability. We're all responsible for the people that we pick and with people that we choose to lay down with.
Yeah, most men do cheat, to be fair. But anyway, that's the series done. And I kept quiet for the last 10 minutes because I want to see what they're cooking up. And yeah, that was it, man. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that back chat series, man. And I think that was crazy. I'm going to pose a question for you guys. Do you guys believe that the woman's in the right, or do you think the guy's in the right? For me, I need more context for me personally. But it is crazy that 3 relationships and all been cheated on, it is starting to think that, yo, you might need to take accountability a little bit from the woman's point of view. But the men also not in the clear as well. So I don't know, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff as well. And also send road to 100 subs and any videos you want me to react to, DM me personally in the socials that you guys can see. And yeah, peace.